Hey there, good morning. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. I'm pretty sure we've met yet. I've met, but if we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. That way I know it's the first time you are being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. Today is day 25 already of our Supersize challenge. I can't believe it. Time flies so fast. When you do a little bit every single day, we accomplish so much. Things become so much easier when you break things down and, for example, your goals and objectives, and just do a little bit every day, a little step to move you toward what it is that you want. It's amazing how fast we get to what it is that we want to achieve. So to get from point A to point B, the top of that mountain, for anything that you want, if you just do a little bit every day, because you're going to do stuff every day anyway, but if you're doing it intentionally, you will get to where you want so fast you'll be amazed. A lot of times I'll set a smaller goal and I'll start moving toward it a little bit every day, and I'll think it's going to take me, say, 6 months. And then all of a sudden, a month or two down the road, I realize, oh my God, I've already achieved that goal. Hey, Chad. Good morning. Today we're going to talk about questions. And as part of questions, there's another challenge I'm going along with, and the challenge is to discuss a book that has impacted us. And I want to share this little book as we talk about questions because it helps me to ask myself better questions. It's Do One Thing a Day That Scares You, and it is written by, magnifying glass please, Diane G. Smith and Roby Rogue. I'm not sure that's right, but that's kind of how you pronounce it. And this book is from 2013. It's one of these little journals type books where it gives you a saying or a challenge, and it encourages you to do one thing a day that stretches your comfort zone. Now, when we're building our businesses and supersizing our businesses or changing anything in our life, like I said, if you can break it down to one little thing a day, it becomes really, really easy. Hey, Sherry. Good morning to you too as well. So I've been doing this. This is actually day 230. And since I was scared to do Facebook Lives, I told myself I would share whatever the saying is, if it's a sayings day, or the scary, scary blank line days. I just finished one of those today. It says swim out to it. Now that doesn't give me much of a prompt, so I usually have to cheat and use a book or something to stimulate my thinking to find a better question to answer for that day's challenge. So today I swam out to it, and then a bunch of blank lines. Now to me, that doesn't really trigger anything for me. So then I'll go to another book and I'll look in that, or I'll go to some card decks or something. I find little tricks. I found little tricks over the 230 days because those days used to freak me out. And I'll find something that helps me to find an activity or a question to ask myself for the day so that I can be moving toward my goal, because my goal of doing this book every day is to stretch my comfort zone, to expand it, and to get out of the rut that I found myself living in. And so that's just a little trick. But this is also a great book for anything that you want to do, anything in your life that you want to change or grow or expand or get better at. And it makes it a very non-threatening, easy way to do it, because the biggest commitment is to yourself. So you make the commitment to yourself, you do it every day. And I admit it, I started this book, I think, about 6 times and never did it. I bought it for a friend of mine and I, and we were going to do it as we started a new business endeavor, and then life got in the way and we got busy and we didn't do it. And this year my daughter found it and pointed it out and said, because she noticed and observed I was kind of in a bit of a rut, because we get that way sometimes. And she said, hey, Mom, this looks like a cool book, which was code for maybe you better get off your derriere and do something different because you're really, really boring these days. So that's what I've been doing. And like I said, today was day 230, and I actually picked a saying about not participating in things that really are none of our business, because we tend to get involved in situations and drama that sometimes just isn't our own, and how that has a negative effect on us. Well, let's hop into what does that have to do with questions and where we are in supersizing our businesses. And questions, the power of questions is unbelievable. I don't think we realize how much questions impact our lives and how they give us the ability to see things that we may not have ever seen before. But it's also important that we ask the right questions, because we can, whatever questions we ask ourselves, our whole brain works on a question and answer basis. We're always, that whole dialogue in our head is always asking questions. It's always evaluating everything that happens around us, all of our experiences, and it asks questions, things like, what does this mean to me? Do I need to run away? Is this in danger of me? And we do that on a subconscious level. But we want to bring questioning to the conscious level and ask ourselves, is this important to me? Is this something I need to pay attention to? And if it's not, we filter it out. If it is, we need to pay attention to it. But the quality of the questions that we ask will determine the quality of the answers that we get. Because everything we need to know is already inside our brain, believe it or not, and we just need to find a way to tap into it. And questions are the way that we tap into it. So my question for you is, have you been doing the action step every day? Because if you have, you may not have even realized, but we've already gone through the entire process of supersizing your business once. And if you picked something with me and you walked through the process, you've already successfully performed the process of taking the step-by-step daily actions that you need to take to move your business from where it is right now to where you want it to be. So whatever size you're at or wherever you're at now, to supersizing that business, however you define that, that's the process you go through. And you just do it over and over and over again based on what is the next most important thing I need to do. So maybe that's a question you ask yourself. What is the next most important thing I need to do to supersize my business? You don't have to, get an answer right away, but think about it and the answer will come to you. And all of a sudden, where you felt frozen and you didn't know what to do, it's right in your face and you know exactly what to do. And now you have the process for doing it. So do you have any questions for me about the process and what we've gone through so far? Tomorrow we're going to talk about a bit of a heavy topic, so I want to kind of take a pause and review and just talk about something lighter today, which is questions. Now, your assignment or your action step for today is come up with a go-to question that you can ask yourself whenever you need to overcome a challenge or get over an obstacle or decide what the next thing you need to do for your business is. I like the question, what else is possible? I like the question, how can I? Versus, sometimes, okay, not sometimes, a lot of the times, as soon as we're looking at something, all the reasons we can't do something pop into our heads. And instead of saying, well, how can I make that happen? What else is possible? How could I do that? Who could help me do that? Who knows how to do that? We ask ourselves that, we list off all the reasons we can't do something, and that almost stops us from imagining or figuring out a way to do things that are really in our best interest and that we want to do. So that's your assignment today. Come up with a go-to question so that when you're feeling stuck, you know what to ask yourself, and then just be quiet and let the answers come to you, because they always will. I can guarantee it. I guarantee that you always know what you need to do. How did I get here? That's a great question, Chad. However, how did I get here? Is that going to move you toward what you want, or is that examining the past and maybe commiserating or wondering, well, how did I get here? How did I make this happen? Unless you're asking that from a point of empowerment and learning the things that work for you, how did I get here may not be the most empowering question. Maybe, where do I want to go, or what is this leading me to? Or again, what's the next thing I need to do to move me toward what it is that I want? And you know what the blank, fill in the blank, what it is that you want is, especially when we're supersizing our businesses. I like, what's the next step? What do I need to do right now? And it's usually, what do I need to do right now to blank, get what I want, move myself ahead, accomplish this task, get this customer, learn this skill, things like that. So go out, make it a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow. Like I said, it's kind of a heavy topic, but it's super duper important. And we're going to knock it out so that it doesn't impact you in any way, shape, or form negatively ever again. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Pajama Grandma out. Hey, go have a fantastic day.